So RFK is really making their life difficult. Did you see this one? New York Times running this headline. RFK wants to ban drug ads on TV. It wouldn't be easy. I think it actually would be. I mean, are they saying it's a freedom of speech thing? Because I'm not so sure. I mean, I think that there's a lot that could be said that is actually very endangering for people to, you know what, you go do you can get the information elsewhere. Go get it on Twitter, okay? X. Here we go. You go research it yourself. You don't have to be force-fed this stuff. I love it. Like you're watching the evening news and like right in the middle of the evening news and, it's the kind of thing you used to be able to watch as a family. You can't anymore because there's some erectile dysfunction ad coming on right in the middle of the show, right? And you're like, oh, how do I explain that one? Okay, this is a guy named Patrick Bet-David. He's got a big streaming operation. He's writing RFK. No wonder they don't want these guys, right? RFK and Trump could completely decimate the mainstream media, not just through FCC stipulations, but this right here, getting rid of big pharma ads, because in 2023, big pharma spent around nearly $16 billion in advertising. So what would happen to CNN and MSNBC if they don't have all that money coming in from the big pharma? 80% of their talent would be fired. I actually think it's going to happen anyway. I think we're in the middle of this huge transition, right? And you don't need a network anymore. The network's actually kind of irrelevant. YouTube, Facebook, X, Rumble, these are sort of our networks now. And you tune in, hopefully, because you want to see me and you want to see what I have to say and you want to see what I'm following. And it's a more direct relationship as opposed to this top-down structure. Oh, kind of reminds me of some economics. Capitalism versus socialism. Streaming versus networks, okay? Or actually, I should say networks. Streaming, versus networks. That's exactly the right order. Capitalism is to socialism as streamers are to networks. This is where it's at. The handwriting's on the wall. ABC News needs to be sold. Get a private equity company to bleed it for the last bit of profitability they can. They'll have to fire Joy. They'll have to fire Whoopi. They'll have to fire David and a whole lot more people. But you could squeeze out a little bit of profitability there in the final days. Spinco, forget about it. Again, none of this stuff matters anymore. MSNBC doesn't matter anymore. CNBC, I'm sorry, I used to work there, but guess what? You can get your quotes for a stock on a terminal. What you actually need is analysis, which is exactly what we give you at 76 Research. 76research.com, the financial company that I created with my friend Rob. You need to know, what stocks do I buy? CNBC is not telling you that. They're just giving you the hits, runs, and errors in the day of programming. And frankly, you don't even want the hits, runs, and errors because then you often kind of make mistakes, right? You get too caught up in the psychology of things and everybody's selling, so you figure you should sell. And I'm like, no. That's when you need to buy, all right? When everyone sells, you buy, and vice versa. Although I never really sell. We don't sell a lot. A lot of our holdings, I should point that out. We might diversify at 76 Research. So for example, if the stock has gone up so much, we might say, okay, now it's such a big portion of the portfolio that we need to rejigger, reallocate. And so this is the other name that we're looking at right now. But our names are good names. Like we want to own them for a long time. So it's not like in, out, in, out, in, out. Anyway, I digress. The point being that, look, this streaming stuff is real. This is where content is coming from. And we don't have to worry about big pharma. And we don't have to worry about micromanagement and networks saying you can only say this, that, or the other. It's a whole new day, which is great. And you know what? I think it's going to be overall a plus for the country.